A warm welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Do not forget to hit subscribe. So today we are going to be reviewing this product here, which is called the CarPro DarkSide brush. Now, this is basically a dressing applicator that's primarily for tyres, but it does mention that it can be used for other trims. So let's just read all of the product information. DarkSide brush, the perfect tool for applying DarkSide, which is a CarPro dressing, and other tyre dressings. Its extremely soft and dense nylon fibres allow to apply product thoroughly and effortlessly into any texture and detail of the tyre wall. It's solvent resistant, which is good, so it's not going to, the brushes aren't all going to fall out, you know, whatever. And it comes with a dedicated holder. It also works great on trim and interior surfaces. But if you use it on a tyre, it's going to get it's going to get a lot of dirt on it. And it's that black kind of, you know, stuff. So one or the other maybe, or have one for interiors if you like it for that. I wouldn't personally use it for that. Directions: thoroughly wash with water and soap after each use. Great. Really nice box actually, with really nice graphics on it, which when you're you know, looking to be a premium brand, you need to do. And CarPro are a premium brand. Look, they cut a little bit of rubber there so the thing doesn't rattle around inside the box, which I think is a nice touch. Here you can see the base that it clips into, which I think is also a nice touch. So if it didn't come with that, you'd be putting it down there, and wherever you put it would get old dressing and grease, you know, whatever, and dirt. So just by being able to put it in here, contains a little bit of the dirt. You could also put a little bit of tape on, you know, sticky pad, adhesive pad, and just stick that on the wall next to your tyre dressing, which I know some of you will like. Yeah, we'll like that, things like that, don't we? It's all part of the bling. One thing I will say with this is over time it will get filthy, it will get dirty, and orange will show a lot of that dirt and muck that gets in there. The quality of this is really nice. It is very dense. You can see it's so dense, it's almost, you can't almost push through the fibres. So that's really cool. Now, what we're going to do in this video is use it with CarPro Pearl. You can also turn it that way round and put your dressings on it, so it doesn't, yeah. They should have put a completely flat base on that so that you could put it that way without having to use the stand, and then you could put your dressing on top. By putting a curved base, it's not quite, it's like a weeble. So look, I should be in design really, shouldn't I? I should be in design because I spot things like that straight away. But it's quite clever, you can put it in that way. Now what we're going to simply do is put a tyre dressing. I'm going to use CarPro Pearl, which is a good dressing. We'll use it 1:0, which I like for tyres, so it's nice and strong, onto this product. In fact, let's really shake this up. It's pretty new, this. Great product, this CarPro Pearl. It's not just a tyre dressing, it can be used for leather, dashboards, interiors, exteriors, all sorts. You've heard me talk about it many times. So let's put that on the middle and just drop that down there. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that. There you go. Okay, review over. That's got nothing to do with the product. That's just me being an idiot. But I should decant some of this perhaps and put it in a mustard style, you know, applicator. Now, that's quite a lot of dressing, so we'll just get some of the excess off. Now, what I like to do when I'm dressing with these types of things is just put a blob here, a blob there, a blob here, and a blob down there. It does struggle to get under that bit. And then work it. I'm going to need my right hand. So, that feels okay actually. Feels good. Yeah, get it in there. Not getting too much excess. Yeah, that's gone all the way around. You know what? That's pretty good. Now I've got one problem, I can't get under this tyre. And the only thing that would get under this tyre is a brush with a longer, you know, a longer thing that I can poke under there, or one of those curved sponges. So I'd have to roll the car a little bit to be able to do that. Gets into that bit quite nicely. And now I've used a lot of product, but I tend to do that when I use these water-based dressings, which is not a problem. And what I'm just going to do, because you know me, and that's embarrassing, wasting that much product because I'm an idiot. Anyone watching that would have been, as I've got that bottle there, you'll be thinking that's going to go everywhere. It went everywhere. What an idiot. Yeah, so there we go, that's tidied up. Let's get this thing tidied up. So actually, my experience then of using that was really, really good. And I like to, when I use CarPro Pearl or Tyre Express, I like to just leave that well alone, and I like to use quite a lot. And I also like to put a bit of water on. I'll do it while it's wet, because it thins this product out, makes it easier to spread, but that actually spread really nicely. That worked well, and that I've learned something, okay, because let me tell you something, the other times that I've used this product, I've not been very impressed with it. And I felt that it didn't spread the product well. And I'm sort of, even though it's got product on it, I'm experiencing that here, okay? And the key to these things working well is to use lots of product. I see these almost like if you put those blobs of dressing on the tyre and got a microfiber applicator pad, one of those round ones, and worked it, the microfiber wouldn't work it, it would absorb it. And I felt that this brush was kind of like that. You'd put your blobs on, then you go and work it, and it was actually, the brush was actually absorbing it. So I think you need to really load it up with product, and then it stops doing that and starts working a lot better. I've used this with Tyre Express on the Porsche 911, and that's where I didn't feel it was working very well, and it's probably because I didn't use enough, which is crazy, isn't it? Because we're always like, oh, you're using way too much, John. And I tried to use it and thin it out and use the normal amount of product, but it felt like it was picking up the product. I tried to use it with Auto Glim Performance Tyre Gel, and again, I just felt it was picking up the product, and it was hard work to spread it. But I think if you load up with product, they're actually decent. They're actually decent. The problem is, so the main problem I think CarPro have got is these exist, you know, there's black generic ones of these that have been around for a long time, that have been all over kind of TikTok and Tinternet and all that sort of stuff for ages. So CarPro are sort of like the first brand that I know of to kind of brand it, if you like, and create like a different colour, an orange ones, and product, you know, jazz it up a little bit and create a product. So as part of the review, you could go and buy one of those generic AliExpress ones that's probably very, very similar, and I don't know how much they cost, £2 or £3 on, you know, AliExpress or whatever it costs. This cost me £8.95. Would I go and buy the AliExpress one, or would I buy the CarPro one? I'd probably buy the CarPro one. Yeah, because I probably just would. It's a bit like, would I buy a Detail Factory brush now if I needed another one? I probably would, rather than the knockoff. Probably, you know, because there's some value in this brand to me, you know, that makes me go for their stuff. Yeah, I think this is what it is, guys. You can probably see what you're getting. If you're using water-based dressings like Pearl and stuff that you can load up into this applicator, then this is going to do a fairly decent job. The counter-argument, I think if you're in the trade, having something with a bit of a bigger handle, even these, like this tiny handle, you know, it's okay, looks good, it's all compact, but I still think just getting your whole hand on a proper handle and getting the brush, you know, when you use the brush, you can cover the whole tyre. You have to be careful with the metal clacking against the car. I'm surprised there's less detailing versions of these sorts of brushes because they're brilliant dressing applicators. Or indeed, just a hog's hair brush like this that I've been using with these sorts of dressings for years. Okay, it's not quite as glamorous for, I'll wait for that plane to go. It's not quite as glamorous for social media content and, you know, Instagram and, you know, TikTok and all that sort of stuff. It's not as good, won't get you as many views. But this tends to work really well as a tyre dressing applicator, and you can see kind of why, can't you? It's about the right kind of size. You can get it all into there. This has had some serious use, like years and years of use. I've glued it back in. I've only ever replaced the head 3 times and the shaft 4 times. Triggers broom. There's my review, guys. The CarPro DarkSide brush. I was going to bin it because the first 2 times I've used it, I didn't think much of it, but I think the key is just to get loads of product into it, really prime it all up before you use it. I'm going to now go and clean it. So the next time I use it, I know, get loads of that CarPro pearl in there, get loads of it in. And then when you go and work it all over, it won't pick it all up, and like an applicator, like a microfiber applicator, it will actually spread it like a brush, which is what you want. So yeah, it's a pretty nifty product. Feels like very good quality. And yeah, you'll see it stuck up here on the wall, and I shall use it, and it will be fine. But yeah, some people might not like it. They might not like the diddiness of it. Like guys in the trade might think this is a bit Mickey Mouse, a bit small. But I think it will take a hammering. Yeah, I think it's okay. And if you're all tight, you know, you can go and get the Alibaba one or whatever. But I think I'm pretty pleased with my purchase. So there we go, guys. Let me know on this. You know, we see these new tools coming on Instagram and stuff like that, and you see it in use, and you think, wow, I want to get one of those. And that's kind of cool because it's new stuff. We want to see new stuff and try new stuff. And this is one of the ones that I'm trying for the first time, and I sort of get it. I think it's okay, but not game changing or anything like that. It is what it is. You get the idea. Thanks for watching. I'll put a link for this in the description. It's available from Into Detailing. You can try discount code Forensic, but it may or may not be discountable. So if it doesn't work, it's not discountable. Pearl is a great dressing, by the way, as well. Really nice. So I could just leave that like that. I'm just going to wipe the rim just to make sure I've got any, you know, like bits that have got onto the rim off. Bye for now. Get out of here.